would say let's limit to the distractions. Let's make sure it's about football. The biggest distraction created at the University of Chapel Hill is Bill Belichick.
The media obviously hates Bill Belichick, and that's the main reason he isn't a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Time Super Bowl champ Bill Belichick will not get into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility.
Bill needed a minimum of 40 out of 50 votes to get in. Early reports are that his involvement in Spygate and Deflategate are what kept voters from pushing him through to first ballot status. There's also reports that longtime rival Bill Polian kept him out, or at least can't remember if he kept him out. Let's be real, what happened here is that select members of the media who are awarded with Hall of Fame votes kept Belichick out, probably due to his acrimonious relationship with the media during the Patriots' 20-year dynasty. We all remember Belichick's constant poker face during press conferences, where he rarely divulged or provided much detail in response to reporters' questions.
I'm not a scientist. I'm not an expert in footballs. I'm not an expert in football measurements.
Here on Ethical Sporting, we like to examine sports through a business perspective. The case of Belichick's Hall of Fame status demonstrates how much politics affects the business of sports. I don't mean politics in the sense of like blue versus red, Democrat versus Republican. What I mean is how institutions like the media can affect everything from a player's salary to a coach's perception and legacy. The mainstream sports media is a somewhat dying institution in sports. Yet they still have power in key ways. They vote on Hall of Fame status, they decide who becomes an MVP, they can even decide what position a player might play. We all remember Bill Polian's infamous comments that Lamar Jackson should be a wide receiver. Thankfully, John Harbaugh didn't get that memo. They also decide whether a player or coach's behavior or personal life matter. Belichick's seemingly standoffish behavior at press conferences clearly affected media members. I'm not even saying it shouldn't have. I mean, some of those reporters asked fair questions, and Belichick was almost always difficult to communicate with. Belichick's personal life, his relationship with a woman who could be his granddaughter, has been universally criticized both by the media and fans. Whether this affected his candidacy is harder to tell, but there's been a fairly negative view of Bill since his departure from New England. Belichick will be a Hall of Famer sooner than later, but the media's decision to push back on his approval could have far-reaching impacts. Typically, those who have infringed on the integrity of the game, think Pete Rose, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, didn't get into their respective halls of fame. The media stating that Belichick's involvement in Spygate is worrisome. I mean, does that affect Tom Brady's candidacy as well? How long will Bill even have to wait to get in? Personally, Belichick to me is the definition of a Hall of Famer. While the Spygate and Deflategate incidents were bad, they were both investigated thoroughly by the league. The year after Spygate, the Patriots went 16-0 and proved that they were the top franchise in the league. Bill dominated the sport for so long, nearly 3 generations of players came and went while he was on top. The guy is a first ballot Hall of Famer and arguably the greatest coach of all time. As for the media, their influence is real. I actually enjoy mainstream media. I still watch shows like First Take. There's still amazing real journalism being produced by members of the media. This situation clearly shows that institutions affect sports and can impact legacies.